We are here with Ed McLean from Rural Hill, and they have several different functions that they do. We have one big one coming up real soon that we want to talk to you about, but thanks for coming on the show.
Before we get to some of your big events and the upcoming Amazing Maze, can you talk a little bit about Rural Hill? Because I know some people are aware of some of the big events or may have been on the property, but may not know about the historic aspect of it and some of the buildings that are there to tour.
It's one of the few properties where the family owned it for all the 6 generations. And Mecklenburg County purchased it back in 1992. And I actually worked for the Catawba Valley Scottish Society at Rural Hill.
Okay.
But the name Rural Hill goes all the way back to the beginning. And it is had a plantation home that was built in 1788 after an original cabin was built out of the woods. And we have reconstructed that cabin and some of the other buildings that would have been built in 1700s. And then we have the ruins from the plantation house, and we have the farmhouse, and now we have moved into where we have a current working farm on the property.
So there is a working farm. I was
There
wondering
is a
about
working
that.
farm. We have hay that we are selling now. Anybody wants any rural hay? We have some rural honey. We have honeybees out
Really?
there, chickens, and we have Highland cattle, which are from Scotland.
Okay.
And as you can tell, the Catawba Valley Scottish Society is the organization that has taken the responsibility for maintaining Rural Hill for Mecklenburg County.
So this is a nonprofit organization.
We are a nonprofit, and everything we do there is to support the restoration and preservation of Rural Hill as a historic property.
And there's also some old one-room schoolhouses on that.
Oh, yes. We have the original Davidson one-room schoolhouse at the west end of our property, and we also had a schoolhouse called Bethesda moved from over off Alexandriana Road, which was a one-room black schoolhouse. And we're in the process of getting it restored. And in fact, the Historic Landmarks Commission was out there giving us some approvals this last week. So we'll be able to do an education tour of what it was like for white education and black education and teach that part of our history. And it was all done, there was a black schoolhouse at Rural Hill originally.
Now, can you go there anytime, or are you
Yes,
open
we're
for
open all
tours?
year long.
And do you do tours throughout the day?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll do them. We like to have a little advance notice if somebody's coming out. But if you just happen to stumble down the road, on Neck Road in North Mecklenburg County, Huntersville, off Beatty's Ford, near Latta Plantation.
Right.
Everybody knows where Latta
Well,
is.
yes, you know a lot about it.
But we're just across the river on Mountain Island Lake from Latta Plantation. But we're open, we're there. We're event driven as a way of supporting our activities and supporting the investment that we're putting back into the property. But
And your big upcoming event now is the Amazing Maze. And I know, I went last year without my husband, with my 2 kids, and got so lost. And they were having a blast, but we were in there for
Look at
ages.
this maze. I'm worried. I'm like, is there somebody who can rescue
I mean, you think about a core maze, you kind of think about something that you might see along the highway, you know, where you're in and out in 5 minutes. This thing is huge. How big is it?
it's 7 acres. It's one of the biggest on the East Coast. And we work with a company called the Amazing Maze Company out of New York. And one of the gentlemen, the principals there, used to work for Disney. So we put an entertainment package into it so that it's just not walking through a cornfield, but there's really 3 mazes within a maze.
Okay.
And that's where you get the challenge. But we have 12 mailboxes throughout, and we have little pieces of the puzzle. And if you find the mailboxes, you can tape them onto this big sheet. And you can actually, if you get all 12, you can draw a line and figure out how to get out. But there's only one way out in the middle, and it's across Victory Bridge. And you got to get there. But we have also, for people that wander down dead ends,
Right.
and for something for the little kids to do, we have Kernels of Knowledge, where there are questions. And this year's theme is energy and going green and recycle. And we try to put an educational component in so that people can learn a little bit while they're there also. But there's questions at the end, or as you go through, you answer them at the end, and there'll be a big barometer to see how well you did on your knowledge of recycle and energy.
Oh, that's interesting.
But in the maze, we have up here, you can see the sun. We got our Go
Oh, yeah.
Green. Down the middle,
Oh,
we have a windmill where you get we capture
Right.
the wind for energy. We have a little horse down here because you know, a horse produces waste products.
Right.
Well, we turn that into fertilizer on our farm, grow hay, and sell it back to the equestrian center down at Latta Plantation.
That's great.
And over here we have Farmer Eddie, and he runs our maze. And Eddie's there to take care of everything and make sure that we're good people and good stewards of the land and the property and of the county.
Now, is it a different maze every year?
Every year we
So
come
it's-
up with a new theme.
Wow.
So, if you think you got it figured out last year,
Yeah, forget it.
And one of the things that we're going up tomorrow and doing a flyover, and we'll actually do a picture. And this one, if you really take a picture of it and you study it real hard, you still won't find your way out, because we wait to the end and we change some things.
Okay.
So there's no cheating.
We
You can't
actually
get a
have people
cheat
that
sheet.
come up and try and figure it out ahead of time, and it's a lot of fun. We had 20,000 people come through our maze last year.
Wow.
It's over an 8-week period. We're open Thursday through Sunday.
September 10th to November 1st.
There you go.
Okay.
Or
There
check
you
the
go.
Lake Norman Savings calendar too. We've got all the details on
Yes.
And for the really adventurous, there's flashlight maze.
Oh, we
nights.
have 4 flashlight mazes. If
Okay.
you want to be really challenged, you know, bring your refreshments, come out and tailgate, and
there. Maybe a sleeping
We-
bag if you can't get out.
we put little glow sticks on top of our flags, and we have groups carry flags around so that we can spot them.
Okay.
And if they swing them around, we know that
They need
we
help.
need help, and we send somebody to them. We have 48 speakers throughout that 7-acre maze, so we can talk to the people. They can't really talk to us,
Okay.
but they can, up and down as an answer to a question. We'll ask a question, you need help, you want a sandwich, you know,
Yeah.
whatever you need. And no is back and forth, so that's our communication system. We don't think we lost anybody yet.
Okay.
All right, well, that's good to know.
But we've been there late. We go on into the evening. But we also have hay rides and a pumpkin patch out there now.
Okay.
And during the night mazes, we put some bonfires out.
Okay.
So
Very fun.
people sit around, sing songs, and have a big time.
Well,
Sounds like a
that's
great
great.
time.
Well, the
There's a group
information.
discount too.
Yeah.
Let's mention
And
that.
and go to ruralhill.net for
Okay.
any other details if you want to find out more about Rural Hill. And also we have sheepdog trials.
Yep, those are coming up in
The
November.
very weekend after we close the maze, we're back for a weekend of having about 150 sheepdogs do competition, regional competition, have over 300 sheep on the property, and they
Okay.
bring them down. But that's another family weekend. But we like, the kids like us, the adults like us, the young adults. We have people come out and tailgate with wine parties and have a big time. Carolina Blonde is one of our sponsors there.
Well,
Good.
wonderful.
Macintosh Law Firm, and Duke Energy is supporting us with the Go Green and the
great.
Energy Maze too. So
That's
Well, I guess to
wonderful.
finish up, what's the $1 million question? If we stuck you in there, can you get out?
I can.
You can.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Because we actually planted the end of June, and
Okay.
and what people, how do you do it? And we
there's a-
cross plant it, and we actually go in and pull out the plants we don't want.
Oh, really?
After
Okay.
they get started, and
Oh,
so
okay.
I actually help with some of the other people out there find those paths that you get lost on.
Oh, good. Thanks so much for that.
I appreciate it very much.
All
Well,
right.
go to the LKNSavings.com website if you have groups of 20 or more, because there is a discount on there for the
In
Amazing
September.
Maze, end of September. And you do have a big kickoff too. Let's mention.
Oh, that's for friends like you. We do
Okay.
a pre-opening. Everybody
Okay.
asks a question, how long does it take to get through? Well, on September 8th, we invite some of the sponsors and people that help us promote the event. And we do a little beer, wine, and barbecue, Carolina Blonde.
Okay.
And
And if nobody
we
gets
turn
lost-
everybody loose, and we give some prize money away that's
Okay.
donated to their favorite charity, local
awesome.
charity.
Great.
And because of the competition, we then learn how fast somebody can get out.
Or if they can't.
Usually, under the competition, it's usually a little less than a half hour.
Really?
But we have people in there as long as 3 hours.
Oh gosh.
So
That's going to be me.
we do have water.
Make sure you carry
and
your,
Yeah.
We do have water, so you don't run out of something to drink out there.
Right.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Thanks so much, Ed.
Yeah. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.